we'll start over here with Steven.
Julian, how's the ankle? And can you just what happened on that play?
Yeah, just ended up stepping on it a little bit weird, but I feel good now. Not too bad, so just stepped on it a little weird.
And right next door, Dylan Davis.
Did it affect any way, like with your feet moving forward, like maybe how you were able to step in the third the best way with your left foot, correct?
Yeah, I don't think it did. No, I was able to be able to step in all my throws with power, and I had a couple misses tonight, and just mechanically wasn't super perfect with those, but just was able to step in all my throws.
What would you say about your chemistry with Bryson and those guys? Maybe guys that you don't have a lot of work with. So what would you think about your chemistry with those guys tonight?
Yeah, I think those young guys stepped up in a big way. They did a really good job. They were able to go make some plays on the outside. Mylan had that big catch on the glance, and then those guys made some great plays for us.
Over to the left, Bill Landis.
Julian, the throw at the end of the half to Brandon that you guys weren't able to connect on, like Coach Day had some thoughts on that thinking back to the sidelines. What was that conversation? What did you see on that play? What was he hoping to see on that play?
Yeah, he was he was talking about a check that we have, and I didn't end up checking that one. So I was a little bit off with Brandon. I gotta be better and get his eyes. Let him kind of see the ball in the air. I threw it a little bit too early, so I gotta be a little bit better there. And trying to get his touchdown before the half.
And right here in the front row, Jeff Gilbert.
Julian, what is your assessment of the running backs tonight and even over the last couple of weeks? And do you feel like we're starting to see their talent emerge?
I think they're growing each week, and I think we had 200 rushing yards tonight, and they all ran really hard and did a really good job. James, watching him hurdle that guy, it was awesome to see. I'm close with James, and it was awesome to see. I think those guys do a really good job, and they've been challenged to run angry and run tough, and they do a really good job of that. I think they show that tonight.
Front row, Bill Bills.
You know Cardinal's not going to play, and Jeremiah's questioning. How does that change, if it does, your mindset? You feel different? I mean, obviously those players
I don't think it changes my mindset. I have a lot of trust in the other guys that we have on this in this receiver room. And they do a really good job, and we practice with those guys, and they show up in practice and they make great plays. So I think we just have a lot of trust in them, and we don't change our mindset. It's the next man up.
Right next door.
Hey Julian, congrats on the win. How did you evolve? How do you see yourself evolve? Obviously, the first half you got to spread the ball around, but doing that the entire season, how have you been able to see yourself evolve, especially in the quarantine last 2 weeks, which is going to really be a run?
Yeah, I think just getting more comfortable in the offense, and I think we're doing some different things tonight. Spreading the ball around, playing with tempo, playing with quick game, and I think it was a good thing for us.
Over here's Joe Reed.
Julian, how good was it just with this game, kind of to see the depth of the offense with as many guys who got the ball running, but also just with the receiving game too?
Yeah, I think the running backs did a really good job, and we showed a lot of depth there, and the receiver room looked good tonight. I mean, those younger guys really stepped up for us big, and whether they were blocking or making big time catches to convert on third down or fourth down. I think it was awesome to see their work paying off.
Do a couple more over here, Joe. Go ahead.
Julian, in a game like this, do you miss having Cardinal and Jeremiah, or do you like maybe getting to work with some other guys as well and kind of building depth and chemistry with the rest of them?
Yeah, I mean definitely. Those two, Cardinal and Jeremiah, are special players. So they're elite receivers, and but we have a good receiver room. And, those young guys stepped up tonight.
And two more quick ones. Brendan first.
Julian, you're 10 games in. I'm curious, as you've worked on a lot of your game, where are you trying to get better? Where can you be better right now?
I think all around I can be better. I could be, getting through my reads quicker. Helping us have protection a little better. Just being helping us out the run game more. I think all around I'm just trying to improve and keep growing my game to the next level.
And then the final question over here, Dylan.
Julian, Brandon Ennis, for all of his talent, it's kind of you have Jeremiah and Cardinal. For him to have a chance to be a featured guy in this offense today, I guess how good does that feel for you to be able to help him get that? And I guess what does Brandon Ennis mean to your locker room, even though he gets overlooked sometimes?
Yeah, Brandon Ennis is a captain for us. He shows up every day. So we know when we get we had a play design for him today. We got a certain coverage, and I know he's going to win. I have a lot of faith in him. He made a great catch on that. I think it was third or fourth down. And they had another fourth down conversion. So I think this whole offense has a ton of belief and faith in him. And, he's a captain. He's a leader for us, and he brings a lot of juice to the offense.
Julian, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks, Julian.
Thanks,